Hello everybody, K5 here with a then and now look at the buses. See, there's a couple of route masters out there on the street today, driving through the streets of London. And the old AEC route master was introduced in 1956, just after the demise of the old 1926 AEC 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, so we'll have to pan out now and have a look and see what's going on. There's a few buses in the bus bay today, and with pleasure we've got a couple of the old 60th anniversary route masters here. Now AEC stands for Associated Equipment Company, and it was a long running company producing many fine buses. And its most famous, obviously, is this route master. Ceased production in 1968 and saw a long and fruitful life. Still in use today on some special routes around the London town. Especially introduced during the 2012 Olympics, they opened up a couple of Olympian routes. As you can see, they have a rear entrance. Now that was for a conductor to stand at and collect tickets and see the passengers to their seats. And during the 60s or late 50s and 60s, the bus companies decided to try and cut down on some of this excessive waging, and the one-man operation bus was introduced. And this was first introduced by the Daimler fleet line. As you can see, it's also known as the later on as the Leyland fleet line in 1975. Now the Daimler fleet line started production in the 1960s and finished production at well, 1980 basically. This particular example is also a matchbox Superfast. It's an interesting construction. It's two-piece, the same as the new matchbox. It's known as the Londoner on the base there. And you can see, for you customisers, it's got a rivet there, and a rivet I found somewhere inside there. Hang on, where are you? Oh no, no rivets on that one. It's got a little clippy on the front there. But anyway, yes, we wanted to take that apart at some point and give it a little paint job. Someone's already tried to give it a shot of paint. Anyway, this particular example is very nicely modelled. You can see the rear engine there, as opposed to the front engine on the old route master. And this allowed a little bit more capacity up front for the driver and the stepping on of the passengers. So it's got the double doors there. That centre door is usually for people so they can get off the bus. Getting on at the front, getting off in the middle. Another example of the Daimler fleet line, I'm going to call it the Leyland fleet line, is this Corgi Junior. Again, I think this one was passed over to the Hot Wheel people, so you can probably score one of these in Hot Wheels. You see there, Daimler fleet line. Fairly inaccurate example of a Daimler fleet line, given the fact that that engine at the back there hasn't been particularly well modelled. But it's probably a later version, and probably has some improvements in the back there. So, the drop centre chassis, the rear engine, what could be better? Well, in 1979, the MCW Metrobus was introduced, and more famously, 1977, the Dennis Dominator. Now this is the as closest example of the Dennis Dominator I've got in this scale, and on this particular bus, the still one-man operation. The engine is still in the rear, but the radiator has been moved to the front of the bus. This particular bus, 1977 till 1996, seen service worldwide, as have most of the double-decker buses. You can see one pretty much every city of the world. But this particular bus has seen service in Hong Kong and in Singapore. The engine, funnily enough, is a Rolls-Royce Eagle. So you can ride in style in your Dennis Dominator. And bringing things a little bit more up to date, we're going to have a look at this final Matchbox bus. Oh, so by the way, this is the real toy bus. Ironically, I found all three of these on the same day, which is typical bus world. You don't see one for ages and then three show up at the same time. But anyway, here's the new bus from Matchbox. Loosely based on an Enviro 400, which is a hybrid bus, which means it has electric and diesel power. And it's got the generic front end from the usual Matchbox vehicles, and but it has lots of design features of the Enviro 400. And the Enviro 400 and the Dennis Dominator have one thing in common, and that is that they were designed by the Alexander Coachworks and possess a Dennis under chassis, pinions and engines. So, without further ado, this is K5 saying thank you and ta-ta for now, and here's my then and now, the Dennis Dominator and the Enviro 400. Thanks for watching.